So thank you for reviewing another segment here where I'm going over the different parts of the bankruptcy petition. Now, if you're going to be using some sort of software, then of course this form, especially this one, but all the other ones are going to be generated automatically. But the reason this one's important is because we're dealing with your social security number. Now, of course, you got to make sure you get the right district in there, right? If not, you're going to end up having your case dismissed and complicating your life. While this video is going to be brief, though, the fact is you have to make sure your social security number is correct. If not, you're going to create problems down the road. Now, 99 out of 100 times, the trustee is going to catch any mistakes. The reality is, the trustee, chances are they're going to do the hearing remotely, and they're going to request either at Zoom or sometimes in advance when they make their document request that you provide a copy of your social security. Now, that doesn't mean tax returns, that's separate. They need to see the actual card. So they will compare. And of course, if there's something wrong, then they will tell you they will tell you to amend it. And you'll have to amend your petition to make that correction. Now, my concern here is if there is a mistake. Now, but believe me, it happens. It's not a big deal. You can be off by one digit, but whether you're a pro se filer, you're representing yourself, or you're a paralegal, or you're a practicing attorney, the most important part is if there is a mistake with the social security number, to immediately notify the three credit reporting bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. If not, that person who is incorrect, their social security number is now going to look like they filed for bankruptcy. That could be a problem. That could be a huge problem, because imagine if that person was now in the process of trying to obtain refinancing on a mortgage. This issue shows up of that they filed for bankruptcy. When they didn't, they get denied. What's going to happen? Well, if the interest rates go up, let's say they were getting a mortgage at 5%, and then by the time all this gets fixed, it's now at 5.75. Guess what? They're losing tens of thousands of dollars, depending on how many years was the length of the mortgage. If not more, if we're talking a full mortgage of 30 years, if they were trying to obtain a mortgage from the beginning, and now you're going to get sued. So you have to notify the three credit reporting bureaus, let them know that there was a mistake, that that person did not file for bankruptcy. And then, of course, you have to file the amendments to make sure that this is right. Okay, so it's a short video, but it's very important to not get this wrong when it comes to your social security number, especially since the creditors are also going to wipe out your debt based on your social security number. So even if you don't put down an account number, or the account number is wrong on a credit card when it comes to the bankruptcy petition, that's fine. Because they just go off your social security. If they don't have it, now you can see even those problems where they'll come back and sue you eventually, because you never, within quotes, filed for bankruptcy. All right. Any questions or comments, feel free to let me know. There is the full series that I'm trying to get through regarding all the different forms of the petition. So you can definitely look those up as well. They're all categorized under the same section.